Hey guys, so I'm feeding Baba before I go get ready and drop him off at daycare. But you guys have seen my IVF playlist. That's what I'm listening to as I commemorate this day and my little miracle. Yeah, and I just think, a year ago, I knew my life had changed. I'm gonna actually have you guys watch that video when I found out I was pregnant. 4 days past 5-day transfer. The third day I tested, it was negative. The third day after 5 days post frozen transfer, it was negative the third day. But I knew, because thank God for YouTube, people had talked about that would be too soon to test. But I remember the horror of that moment of just knowing that after all these cycles, and now that I'm transferring that embryo, if it didn't work, what was I going to do? That was a lot of what I did on that day when it was negative. But when it was positive on the fourth day, that's when I knew that my life had changed. I just knew my life had changed, and it was so overwhelming. You're going to see the gut-wrenching video. I'll attach it in the information bar. But it was gut-wrenching. I just knew it. And the change is what I'm seeing now. A busy life with Baba and just, the rush of the morning and dropping my baby off at daycare, working, getting breakfast ready, and can't believe it's been 1 year since I got pregnant. The day I got pregnant. When you go through IVF, it's such a journey of hope and faith, and never had a positive pregnancy test. I'd take it. I'd had a transfer that happened to be my worst cycle ever. And I remember when I tested it and it was negative, and I remember, I think instead of getting depressed, I just thought about next steps. Immediately went back into the research. What do I need to do moving forward? And I remember that was how I coped with my pain. I did allow myself. I used the Oprah method of give yourself 30 minutes, and I literally give myself 30 minutes to boo-hoo ha-ha. And at the 31st minute, I'd have to get it together. And I'd slap myself and say, I need to get it together. I need to be like my doctors, almost like as if I'm going to war. I tell you, it's a gut-wrenching journey, and the lows are really low and the highs are really, really high. So, yeah. So next you're gonna see me getting ready, taking Baba to daycare. I get ready with him and then drive him up to daycare, drop him off. Dad's gonna pick him up today because I have work. That's one of the things, when you go through IVF, you may not be able to stay home. I'm not lucky enough to be able to stay home. I need my job. So expensive, but so very worth it. So very worth it. So I'm feeding Baba, and here is my IVF playlist. My favorite one is The Ultimate Survivor's Guide to IVF by Jessica Hepburn. It's the one in the middle. And I got the Highs and Lows of Couples Going Through IVF, a British documentary, and Babies at 50, Lives of Women who have gone through IVF. Hey guys, so I just finished getting ready and we are going to do a final diaper change and then we're gonna head off to daycare. All right, let's get into a new diaper and then Daddy will be up and then Daddy will give you a kiss and then we'll head off. Does that sound like a Does that sound like a plan? Hey babe, today's the day that we got pregnant a year ago. How does that feel?
Once realizing Simba is here, ooh, yeah, it was a long journey, but it's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
Get ready with no sleep.
That's true.
Oh, get that belly. Let me get that belly. Am I getting that belly?
So we are headed to daycare. So it's kind of like, you know when they talk about the hustle and bustle of having kids? I'm telling you guys, it's exactly that. Because the amount of coordination that it takes. So for example, because I'm working, I have to work late tonight. So my husband is going to pick up Baba. And we also realized at the last minute that we didn't have the car seat. Hey Baba, are you okay Baba? Yeah. So my husband has to make the car seat. Like, not make the car seat, but you know what I mean? Has to like put in the car seat. So yeah, he has to put in the car seat in the car. So waiting for one of my neighbors to. Hey Baba, wee! Yeah, so we can head out. So sometimes the ride is smooth. There's Baba at the back. You know, sometimes it's crazy, but it's the hecticness as we know it. And I can't believe a year since I got pregnant, my life is so different, and how my life has changed. And so it's exciting, God's blessings. If you're going through IVF and you're looking for motivation and hope, I want you to stay strong. Whatever your pathway is for baby, you want to do the best that you can and move on. And for some of us, we are blessed with our own genetic children at a later stage in life. But when I look at my life now and I'm driving with Baba, I remember my 12 cycles of IVF. I remember my 3 transfers, failed mock ERA. Trying to protect my precious embryo that I had left with all these tests I had to take and learning from all the YouTubers, and it's really a blessing, all for this moment. So be blessed and baby dust to you all.